these cameras are surveilling our residents and people from out of town 24/7. And a third-party vendor is keeping that data. Is that correct?
These cameras are operating 24/7, and they are monitoring the traffic the 12 intersections. That is
Okay.
correct.
Thank you. We are finding our residents at a very high rate. And so we shouldn't call it revenue, but I get your point. Thankfully, former council member and current state representative Jeff Winiger initiated that, where the money had to be poured back into. We've used it actually to make bigger signs at these intersections so people would be safer. It's been shown on numerous occasions that those radar signs that show you how fast you're going actually slow people down a little bit at these intersections. And those have all been put up at these intersections. So I don't want to say this earlier, but I'll just say it since it seems like we're going to do this, that those things may be a contributor to the lower incidence of accidents at those locations. It could be a combination of everything. That's the thing about these red light cameras and these speed cameras. We don't know. The data can be manipulated in any way, which is the reason that I wanted to get the data. At the end of the day, I would rather have more bodies on the streets. I know Councilmember Orlando and the rest of council talked about that at nauseum yesterday. Not at nauseum. We did it because it's the right thing to do. But we are fleecing money from our residents with automated cameras, and that's not revenue. Thank you. It's about safety and trust. We have a huge trust issue right now with our police. And the last thing that we need to do is do things that are untransparent. And I think having the ability for our police department to communicate with our residents that make a mistake and not fine them every time they go through a red light is a good thing in my book. I think there's a bunch of constitutional violations with this, and ultimately I'll be voting no on this simply because I don't believe it fits within the parameters and the framework of what we want Chandler to be, which is a transparent community. So thank you.
I would say that somehow along the way, police officers drifted a little bit away from peacekeepers to enforcers. But there's been real efforts on behalf of our police department and our chief to try and change that with community relations, coffee with a cop. Our chief goes out and attends many things in the community. And I just, look, the general public does not want this. There are many great cities across the state of Arizona that do not have this, and they have safe streets and safe roadways. And I wouldn't call into question their safety. And so I would not support it. Thank you.
Council, please vote.
Motion carries by majority with Vice Mayor Stewart and Councilmember Roe dissenting.